So, I actually did a little research this time. I'm actually proud of myself because I'm a little bit more prepared instead of just going off the dome or whatever. Because sometimes I don't even know what question I'm going to ask and all of that. But I actually found out. I'm gonna link the video. I watched this video by Complex and they broke down everything that was happening, but that was 2 months ago. So, you know, the only recent thing I heard about is the Shakina thing, which I'm gonna ask about. But if anything else has happened, I don't know. So, let's get into it. First, I'm just gonna tap into T.I. and Tiny, like what what is their mental and emotional state right now, and then I'm gonna try to get deeper into this. All right, so let's get that, and then I'll be back. All right, so hmm, I feel like Ti has some addictions, like sex addiction, and I believe like cocaine or something like that, because he's on his best behavior right now, but it's difficult for him. He really struggling with it. Like he almost felt like risking it, but he used to have connects, but his connects are pulling from him now. Like connects for his like sexual needs and stuff. Like for real, Ti got some deep sexual addictions. Child. So, but right now, he's withdrawing from people, alliances, um, but he's struggling because he have addictions that he feel the need to be met. And I feel like it's starting to stress Tiny out because she can't keep up with his sexual addictions. Like she need help to even deal with him on a sexual level. So it's like stressing her out. I am seeing some type of side chick, some type of fling or something that he has going on that he's spending a lot of time with right now, but he trying to be very sneaky with it. So like on a mental level, with this card right here, I don't want to choose. I want my cake and eat it too. I keep my double lives separate. He actually feel like he's going to win this case. Um, and then soon everybody's going to forget it. He just got to wait it out. He has to be on his best behaviors, but he feel like he's going to win. Um, with this Queen of Swords, I know that people admire my intellect and wisdom. Usually, when I speak, people remember. And Ti mind, he think that people view him like that. Um, Ti has a way of viewing himself as this very intellectual person. Um, Studious is what's coming to mind. Somebody that you look up to and respect their mind. I don't think that he actually believed that people will believe the story. Um, I don't think this is true with his reputation, but he really feel like that. And I feel like people around him make him feel like that because his crew or whatever, um, they always gassing him up to make him feel like he's just like this amazing, super intelligent person. So, yeah, he got a big head. He has a inflated ego. So, um, but he's stressing, but it's not because of the case. He's stressing because he has to be on his best behaviors. Some of his addictions or whatever, people not supplying him like they used to because he's hot right now. He's hot. And these are sexual addictions. Like, ooh, child, he got some very interesting sexual addictions. Child, he even like that, he like anal play. Like, I'm not seeing like anal penetration, but he like stuff to be stuck up there. What I'm seeing is that um it's some type of instrument and it got these like little balls on it. And then as it goes down, the balls get bigger. And it's a woman that's giving him this anal activity. Mm. Alrighty then. Okay, so I'm gonna get into I'm gonna try not to make it too long. That was 7 minutes. All right, let me get into tiny mental state. No, I'm gonna get into tiny mental and emotional state. So be right back. All right. There may be some type of pregnancy that is being kept under wraps. Like maybe another female that is pregnant by TI. It's something about a pregnancy that Tiny, she don't want that information to get out. Like, mm. It may even be like something about an abortion or something about somebody getting an abortion. But her main concern really is the finances. Um in that video that I watched, they were saying that companies had pulled away from them, so they are losing money now. And she's really concerned. That's heavy on her mind. And it's other information that she's afraid that's going to get out. Um, I'm also feeling like anger. Like she's upset that this is happening. She feel like she's being challenged and she's upset that it's even happening and it's really messing up the flow of their money and income. Um, I'm also getting a feeling that she's upset that some people, some like higher up people, are not on their side. That's not protecting them. That's not coming to speak on their behalf or something like that. because I feel like honestly that some of the stuff that is happening, it kind of evolves other people um in the industry. Like I'm almost feeling like some of the sexual things that they did it for other people in the industry. So I don't know what she is. Well, hold on. Let me get some more on this. Mm. I don't want to fight with you, but I will if I have to. Is something going on in the background with people in the industry that she kind of feel like is pushing this? Like she even feel like it's people in the industry that even push that girl Sabrina to come out and speak about this. She feel like there's certain people that are working against them, and she's like upset about that. And she kind of like on some, if y'all keep pushing it, then I'm gonna tell the whole thing. And if she tell the whole thing, then a lot more people is going to be thrown under the bus. And she, okay, so when it comes, the difference between T.I. and Tiny is that she really seeing like how this can be like a detriment to them. T.I. is more like everything gonna be alright, like we gonna win this, and then people gonna forget about it, yada yada yada. But she's thinking about like companies are pulling away from us. On top of that, these legal fees are crazy. Like financially, this is really gonna mess us up. So her mindset is kind of on business. All right, so let's get into the rest of it. All right, so I'm asking, why did Sabrina come out? So, hmm, she do feel like she was a victim. She really do feel like she went through a lot with them, and she felt like a lot of it was abuse and manipulation, and she do feel taken advantage of. Like she feel like she been thrown to the side, like cast away. I believe that she might have been in love with Ti, because some of this has to do with spiritual. Like I feel like at one point Sabrina, she may had a drug addiction or something like that, and she went through some type of spiritual shift and trying to get on her feet. Now, some of the reason why she came out is to get paid, is to get money. Like with this Ten of Pentacles, I'm ready to settle down. I'm thinking about creating my own family legacy. Like she want to get paid, but she felt like she deserved that. And I feel like she even came to them before and being like, if y'all pay me, then I keep quiet, you know. But if y'all don't pay me, then I'ma go and speak on it. And to be real with you, I don't. Hmm. I kind of feel she's justified because I feel like she been shorted a few times when it came to them or whatever. I'm gonna get into like what was their connection in the first place. But yeah, she may have even got like a abortion at one point with this Empress Reverse. She may had mm, she felt mostly by Ti. She felt like she was mistreated, and I feel like she was mistreated as well. But I know some people could look at this and be like, but she agreed to it, and she allowed herself to be taken advantage of, and yada yada yada. Yeah, that is true. But at some point when she was doing whatever she was doing with them, she didn't know her worth. She also didn't know, she didn't quite understand at the time that she was being abused. Sometimes things happens to us, and just because of the way that we've been programmed, we might not see it as abuse, but we could feel it, you know. I feel like there was things that happened that she didn't like and she didn't want it to happen, but she didn't say anything because she didn't want to ruffle any feathers. She didn't want to upset anybody, but she did felt degraded. So, and that's what happened. So let's get into what was their relationship with Sabrina. Yeah. So she was. So I asked like, what was her relationship with Ti and Tiny, and I pulled the Devil, the Judgment, and the Musician, and I keep pulling the Musician. She see Ti as the Musician. Um, and I do feel like she felt like she had a very powerful spiritual connection with Ti, that she almost felt like under his control, because with this devil card, I'm using Light Seer's Tarot. He's like dangling this soul from his finger, and like the soul is like his Muppet. She felt like she was that to Ti, not so much Tiny. Every time I tap into Sabrina energy, I strongly feel the presence of Ti, because I felt like they had moments without Tiny. Mm, yeah. Hmm. She haven't even told the whole truth yet. I think that when more details come out about this story, ooh, it's gonna be very revealing. Um, Not just of Ti and Tiny, but of the industry. Cause there's some things that she still got her lips closed about, on like a ritualistic level. It's something very spiritual about this. I'm kind of feeling like her and T.I. had some type of spiritual sets. And for a long time, she was really afraid of T.I. on a spiritual level. Like she felt like he could hurt her, almost like putting a hex on her or voodoo curse or something like that. Um, it's deeper than that, but that's just the only examples that I have. But in a lot of ways, he convinced her that he had some type of power over her. So I'm gonna ask like more details about the relationship between T.I. and Sabrina. There's a lot of major arcanas coming out. It's some parts of this that I really feel like Tiny don't even know about. There was times that Sabrina and Ti would like sneak off together and do some wild things. Some of it with other people. Yeah, he did kind of like pimp her out, and I'm talking about to like industry people. It was almost like I remember talking about something like this in the Sweetie and whatever rapper she dating, but I was talking about the industry Aphrodite's. So a lot of men specifically in the industry, they have women that they can pimp off to other people to use them as a power play in the industry. Like, oh, we just signed a deal together. Like, let me hook you up with one of my females. Oof, child. And these females, they will have to do more than just sex. Um, like it's levels to it. Putting things in people drinks just to make them a little bit more confused. So when they sign contracts and everything, they don't really take the time to like it makes them have rash decisions. So makes them a little confused. Yeah, there's a lot that's not being said. Yeah, Sabrina feel like Tani don't understand because there were things that happened that Tani don't know about. Like she had moments with Ti and Tani, but she also had private moments that things took place and went on. I also feel like Tani tried to reach out to Sabrina and maybe settle things privately, but at that point, Sabrina felt like it was deeper than that. And I feel like she got to that point because other victims, like talking to them and hearing what they went through and feeling deeply connected to it because it's similar to her story. So I don't feel like Sabrina is lying. I do feel like part of her agenda is to gain money, but for the most part, she got fed up. She got tired. Like for some time, yeah, she did go along with it. I feel like part of it is because she has some type of attachment to T.I. He did. I really feel like T.I. is a narc, and he played mind games. And you know how narcs is, like what they do to people's minds and stuff like that. So yeah, but she went through some type of shift that made her be like, you know what, I'm not okay with this anymore. And I'm just not okay with it, but I want to talk about it and be an advocate for it. I'm feeling that even her goal of getting money is starting to change. Like she might even be offered something and deny it. What she already have, I feel like Tiny came to her and tried to offer her something and she turned it down because at that point it was bigger to her. It was worth more than the money. Alright, so I'm asking about the dynamic of T.I. and Tiny relationship. And okay, so T.I. get bored very easily, especially when it comes to sex. He get bored very easily. Um, this is a fear-based connection. Like most of the reasons why they stay together is because of fear. Not so much for T.I. because T.I. he stays in the relationship because of image and he feel like he could get more money with Tiny than without her. He also feel like he could basically do what he wants anyways. So like when being with her, he feel like he have Tiny kind of wrapped around his finger. Like she always gonna forgive him. Um, she always gonna hold him down. And I kept seeing that repeatedly in this reading that she really do have a mentality and mindset of like ride or die. Like I'ma hold him down no matter what. But it goes back to stuff that happened in the past. I believe that T.I. got with Tiny at a time that she felt very alone and she kind of felt like he was like the only person that was really there for her. So she hold on to those memories and she kind of like dedicated herself to him. And she felt like she just have to endure. But to be real with you, I think that they both have relationships on the side. Tia also has a romantic side that she likes. Like sometimes he wine and dine her and buy her gifts, and she likes that. She has some really deep rooted insecurities that she don't really feel like anybody else is really gonna give that to her. Mm. Hmm. I want to kind of say like this is like the empath and narc love situation. You know, the empath and narc love story. But no, not so much anymore because Tiny is really different. There's a side to Tiny that people really don't see. And it's like it's a side that's rooted in anger. Like she really feel upset a lot, like angry, almost like a rage, but it builds up inside of her. Um, how do she release it? How does she release it? It maybe sex. Like she might just have a sex addiction just as much as he do, but for like different reasons. Yeah, they kind of like both kind of do their own thing. And they come together every once in a while to have like sexual encounters together. But I'm feeling like at this point, like sex with just the both of them, they have trouble connecting. And that's why they bring other people into the bedroom. At first, Tiny thought that her doing that would stop him from cheating, but now it's kind of like just routine. To be honest, like Tiny like zones out and just she don't really like the threesome encounters. That's why I feel like she have her like a side dude or something like that that she's intimate with on a one-on-one basis. But with Ti, it's like she have to do extra shit to keep him entertained because he have like this sex addiction that's hard to tame. She know that she can't really satisfy him. I don't think that nobody can. It really is her addiction. It's an addiction to the point that um it controls his life. Like sometimes like for him to even work or something, sometimes he have to get his fix. Hmm. I also feel like Tiny also used to be on drugs, maybe cocaine or something like in the past. I don't really think that it's now. I think that actually she's tired of like that lifestyle. But she is really attached to materialism. Okay, so on TIN, I took a break, y'all. Y'all probably don't, because I just paused it and came back. But so if I change from one topic to another, that's what happened. But on Ti's side, this relationship died to him a long time ago. And he kind of view it as like a business, a partnership at this point. Like they get together and they do their thing, but they have pretty separate lives. And I feel like it been like that for a minute. I feel like Tiny, she have her little thing on the side, and he have a lot of things on the side. So, but to Tiny, they are still friends. To him too. To both of them, they are friends. Yeah, Ti is like have a lot of narcissistic tendencies, but hmm, I don't feel like he's fully like a narc, but he sure have a lot of those tendencies. And I also feel like they understand each other's shadows. And I kind of feel like Tiny feel like, at the end of the day that that they will be together. 'Cause they not really together right now. To be real, like I don't think they've been together in a while. That's what it feels like. It feels like they've been separated for at least a year. At least. I do feel like eventually Tiny is gonna want to disconnect from him altogether after this situation. Like it's the feeling of like I have your back through this, but after this, like I want to separate from you. I feel like she even want to separate the money, but I already feel like they've been separated for a minute. Look, I feel like giving up. She want to give up on this relationship, but she do feel like dedicated to him in a way that she feel the need to come to his rescue and to support him and be there for him, but she's really exhausted and she been exhausted for a long time. A long time. So they may not last long after this. I mean, they already separated. They just act like they together. Okay, so when it comes to sex with Ti, because I'm asking about his sexual fetishes. On the first card I pulled, I'm using my Carolina Miss archetype cards. Is child nature reverse and a shadow attribute tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So yeah, he like that. He like abuse, and I also feel like he might like certain type of really degrading role play, like role play of like the girl with will, I want to say, pretend to be rape or whatever, because it's like it's a conversation beforehand. Like he like for them to act like they are being raped, but it's like, okay, gotta find the best way to explain. Okay, so it's like they would talk about it beforehand. He would be like, yeah, I want you to act like I'm raping you or whatever like that. And then the person would agree. And then they would get into the role playing, and he would take it to the extreme, to the point that the person is in fear and they really feel like they are being raped. It's not role playing no more. But he do that psychologically. Like he might talk about it beforehand or agree to it to get some form of consent, and then once they in the act, he take it to levels and extremes that they didn't agree to. So it causes like confusion. But yeah, he is abusive. He is very abusive during like intercourse. He could be very rough. He loved having multiple people, multiple partners. He loved having threesomes or foursomes or orgies and stuff like that. Cause he's addicted, so he need more just to get off. Like just regular sex, he's not gonna get off on that. Look at this, slave, prostitute, and rebel. He like for people to be very submissive and to also tell him like he's the best. And um I do feel like T.I. was with somebody. Disclaimer: for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Anyways, um yeah, I do feel like he been with underage. I'm actually seeing a visual of him with some very young looking white girl. Mm. And this girl was like delivered to him. Like, mm, Jesus. Can't even. I can't even. Oof. Jeez. And it's something very common in the industry. Oof. Jeez, it's heavy to talk about it. It's heavy to talk about it. Mm. See, once people get to a certain level in the industry, people that's like in control or in power or whatever like that, they start to working on these people desires and mental state. So they would throw like women's out of them, like they create these fetishes for them. It's like programmed into them so that the industry could later on use it as a weapon or tool to control them. and it's level to it. It's levels. And it's a slow progression because I feel like T.I. 10, 20 years ago wasn't the same person morally. Like things that he's into now, and oof, making my neck hurt. Things that he's into now, um, wasn't things that he used to be into. And what had happened is that he would have like these crazy sexual experience, and then he always looking for like that next high. So when he looking for another high, he looking for different types of sexual experiences. And then he started to walk down roads that he never thought that he would. But yeah, he had walked down some fucked up roads. Okay? Some really messed up roads. One thing I am seeing though is that I don't see him being with a man. Like, and I feel like that's something that the industry really tried to ingrade into him for him to develop a sexual attraction to men or whatever, but no, he's very straight in a way. Even though he like anal play, it's just something is he like the sensation, but he definitely I only seeing him with women. But for some reason, I do feel like I do, yeah, I do feel like he been with transsexuals and young. There is something iffy about the underage girls who came out and spoke about it. It's something iffy about it. Like he may not have been with those girls, but he has been with an underage person. I'm only seeing one. It's real sick. And I feel like he had to really jump through hoops to get that like encounter. Like it was just him and this girl. I don't want to get into details, y'all. But it was a young female, white female. Something is coming up about Iggy. Let me pull some cards on that. Mm. Oh boy, the feeling is heavy. Okay, what is it between him and Iggy? I'm talking about that rapper. I may be saying her name wrong. I feel like there has been something between him and Iggy, and I feel like it started when she was young. I don't know when she started to work with him, but I feel like before she even came out like mainstream or whatever, he already had experiences with her. And I felt like she was young and may even been underage at that time. Alright. So after the encounter with the young white girl, I do see him like on a set, like a movie set or something, and he's talking to a male about the encounter. The male is like asking him, um, I can't see his face, but every so often I get an image of this, I think it's an actor. I don't know this actor name or whatever. I can't even, if I ever come across, I don't even think this actor is alive these days. Um, he has sunken in eyes. I can't even tell you what he acting on. Like, I don't even remember where I seen him from. But I don't think it's the same man, even though Spirit is showing me the image of that man. But and then T.I. was like saying that it was interesting, like it was an interesting experience. Oh, child. Oh, child, I'm getting emotional. Alright, so I had to move on from that. I'm asking what's gonna be the outcome of this case. Alright, so this case I feel like is going to destroy T.I. career. He don't see it yet, but it will, and it's well deserved. But something that keep coming up is sacrifice. I pull cards from different deck with sacrifice in it. So let's just say that he's thinking about it. He's thinking about some type of sacrifice to help him to get this off his back. It's something about T.I. that is very spiritual. Like, I feel like he participated in spiritual rituals and stuff like that. Mm. Yeah, because there are some things that's going to be revealed that T.I. won't be able to explain away. I'm using my karma cards. They read like sentences, like if you use them the way that the deck tell you to use it. So, confusion regarding the wisdom of short-term thinking and trips. I think there's going to be like some receipts about trips that he made, even alliances. For some reason, I do feel like other people will be pulled into this. Mm, 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 mm. Chill, chill, chill. The industry is crazy. Hmm. Yeah, I do feel like right now T.I. kind of think that this will blow over, that he would be able to get out of this. Um, I also feel like he's trying to use money in order to silence people, but it's not working. But in his mind, he felt like he just haven't found the right amount yet. Cause he used to doing that. He used to silencing people with money or threatening them. Like, yeah, sometimes he threatened people. Mm-mm-mm. Alright, y'all. I'm like exhausted. Exhausted. So I'm gonna end the reading right here and stay blessed, y'all.